Well, let's get started so
Shade.
you can hit your meeting. I mean, we don't necessarily need to do the whole hour and a half, but
Oh yeah, I don't think this will take an hour and a half.
we can do a little
Yeah,
bit of a trip down
memory
memory
lane.
lane with Smidley's cane. There we go. That's
Yep,
the cane is
start
so
to
old
finish.
now; it needs a cane. So
Yeah.
it all started here in May of 2021 with a preparation for. I guess Kane came out in the summer of 2021.
Yeah, no, so Kane was showcased about this time last year, or around the new year, and
Yeah,
at
at
that point,
2020, right?
like January of 21,
Oh yeah, okay,
December
yeah,
2020,
yeah,
January
yeah, yeah,
21,
yeah,
somewhere
exactly, yeah, winter, yeah.
there. And at that point, I would happen to be in a voice call with Arena. He's like, "Hey, you should like be competitive with this."
Hmm.
I go, "Nah, what would it even take?" And that's where the No Life project started.
Yeah.
And yeah, um, 6 months later, getting ready for thing, I had I think it was 185 bill. That's what I started with, and it was not enough,
The goal
not
was
anywhere close.
150 here, and then
Yep.
you went way over, and
And it still wasn't enough. Granted, as I got, as the project moved forward, the game kept changing. The
yeah,
final damage changed, really opened up
yeah.
the end game for me, and all
This is the
sorts
one
of weird
from
stuff.
August, and I'm looking at you like, why was your damage bonus 300? I was like, oh, never mind. This is before the final damage changes, of course. Like,
Yeah.
jeez. This also gives a little bit trip down how much the game has already changed in the last. So this is essentially the last 2 years of preparation, and yes, a year and a half of playing the character, right?
Yep. Basically, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so these
Um.
numbers are a little bit weird now because they were,
Yeah. Just looking
because
at how expensive Star Horsing was back then.
and
You
how
know.
long that took, right? That was 5x the animation length as well. So
Yep.
if you think it took not long now, Star Forcing multiply by 5, and that's how long it took us before.
Mhm.
At least you spent more money in that same time, at least.
I guess it was also harder to get the money, at least for me, because I didn't really kind of farm.
Yeah,
So
that
I had
was
bossy mules
all
before
the
bossy mules
rage.
were cool.
Hmm. Wow, what was
Yep.
that like? I have no, I have no
Yeah, I have
idea how
no idea where I got that idea from.
that.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, to each their own, but yeah, for me it made more sense. Just endless sitting in. I just thought it wouldn't make for much. Well, wasn't enjoyable for me. Plus, I thought it would make for horrible like stream content. Just sit in one map all day, every day, and do that. There's only definitely people who like to grind play MapleStory, so definitely speak to them. But yeah, I felt it cut off more people than it would include, I guess.
Sure. Oh yeah. Some highlights from the early days. First, I did not hit my goal of 250 in 10 days. It took me 13 because I had to take 3 days off because I hurt
Hmm.
myself. Turns out having a bad chair is really bad for you if you're gonna sit in it for 18 hours a
For
day.
18 hours a
Who would have
day.
thought?
Yeah, this is what Arito was always like, oh, you should just invest in your chair. And I'm like, it's okay, dude. Like, my chair is okay. It was like, you're sitting in it a lot, man. Like, if
Yeah.
you're thinking about it, if you divide the cost of a good chair over the amount of hours you sit in it, I mean, you're paying like cents an hour if it's like a really good chair. And if you sit on it for like 10 years, right?
Mhm. So I still have that bullshit chair as just a
A
one as a reminder, and two as like a just a spare desk chair if someone who comes over needs one.
Yeah,
But
mine's
I've
right there.
refused to sit in it.
Mine's
Yeah.
right there next to me.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I think I spent.
upholstery is.
Yeah. As soon as Kane was done, I like looked at my finances and went, you know what, I can afford a chair and got it.
Mhm.
Well, I spent $600 on a chair, and it was one of the best things I've ever done.
Yeah, I think mine was
So
like 400 or something, but yeah.
yeah.
It also surprised me how much you have those IKEA chairs, and they're like, I don't know, like close to 100 up to like 150 or something, and then they're like,
Mhm.
for some people they're fine, especially if you only sit on it for like 2 to 3 hours a day, it's okay. But if you're sitting on it for a long time, those chairs are kind of shit. And then you go to like,
Yep.
oh, Herman Miller. Everyone's like, oh, get the Herman Miller. Like all of those other brands, and it's like, oh, it's starting at 1,400. And you're like, this is a little steep. Like this is more than my computer. This is a bit. And in between, yeah, it's like the Wild West in between.
Mhm.
It's hard to find something mix that looks good and sturdy and also is kind of affordable.
Mhm. So yeah, day 10, I had CRA because we had a 5, 10, 15 on day like 7,
Mm-hmm.
and I prepped
The penciler, right?
the penciler stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
And got lucky tapping from 20 to 21.
Mm-hmm. Wait, is
Do
this
not recommend
compensation? Are these still compensation symbols from the
Yes.
with the
Yep,
arcade?
had compensation symbols and 3x coupons.
Or-
Mystery box of
Oh
3x
yeah,
coupons.
you picked those all up on like the very last day, so they would like stretch
Yep.
out into the. Yeah, I remember that. And then you just like splurge them all immediately and get those levels, so you could put them in Lackline or. Did you put them in a Sfera Morass?
I used them on the symbols, whatever the lowest symbol was, to get enough power for 1.5 times damage.
Yeah,
at whatever area it was until I hit Morass and the Sfera, and then I just dumped them all
Mhm.
into Morass and Sfera.
Because you were leveling faster than most people in their hyper burns were now.
Yeah, like I see, it was 13 days from morning like launch of the character to I'm sitting in a 250 chair.
Yeah.
So
Jesus.
I had two 250 potions, so I only actually had to grind to 248.
Mm-hmm.
And man, those last couple of levels sucked.
Yeah.
I was getting like
Brute
20% of
forcing.
totem at BC3 or LH3. I think I was, because burning was higher at LH3.
Mm-hmm. And then you had the plans set up right for all the carries to get all the equips as soon as possible with people.
Yep.
Thank God there was a whole network.
Oh yeah, no, the Maple Boys who have all since left Scardor.
Rip. Yeah.
They really helped me out. I think I had an Absalab weapon drop week 1. I didn't get an arcane weapon until like week 23 or something.
Yeah, you were quite a bit in.
Week 12. Yeah.
12. Yeah. Flashbacks from when Pocket started his Lara and got 2 weapons in day 1 and 2, right? And you were like, well, some people
And
just good RNG.
Yeah. I was number 8 to 250. Virtuoso and Eclipse, who doesn't even play his Kain anymore, both beat me by like 2 days. So.
Yeah, so in that 2 days you had 7 people. Yeah. Yeah, definitely not the only person doing it. There's always a bunch of people who are like, let's rush it.
Yeah.
There's people who
sure.
really just don't play the game until a new class comes out, and then they hear about it, then they prep like hardcore for 6 months, grind that class out, and then they just disappear again.
Yeah.
That's all they come for to get that rank 1. Because I think that Virtuoso guy had like rank 1 on a bunch of classes, right? Like he would do that often, I think.
I don't know. He still plays the Kain now. He's 285, 284, 285, somewhere in there. Yeah, and Paul's the only one even kind of close to him anymore.
Really? It's so weird because, I mean, the people are so close to me just because of stream, but you always assume that there's some people out there grinding like crazy, but because there's so many classes, you know, if you have like 4 or 5 people competing per class, that's already 200 to 250 people.
Yeah, see,
like it scales up so quickly.
According to chat, Vert is still 284.
284, Axel said, yeah. Okay. And then your Legion has grew quite a bit in the 3 months after that, because I see a picture here from August, and you went from barely 8 to 8.4 here. So it's not like you were only doing the Kain, you were still progressing.
We had Terror Burns, we had other stuff. I used Terror Burns to get all of the classes to 200.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you had a few hundred.
Now my Legion is stupid.
Yeah, is it like well, it's got to be approaching 9 because of the 42 characters change, right?
Yeah. No, I instantly had 9k when yeah. So I'm like 9415-ish.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah. That's a 1,000 more than this, and that 1,000 is a lot harder than, well, probably harder than the 8,000 here, honestly. It's probably as much time, not harder, but like as much time probably. Yeah.
I've got a couple of characters that are geared up, ready to go. I just don't have the time or the energy to blow. Like my Zero is sitting at 221 with a 21-star weapon and max boost nodes. It's just sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah. When do you find the time to? That was the hard part with Project CRA. It's like a lot of characters are actually really fun to learn and to play around with, but you just
except Zero.
You have to. Well, yeah, that one was rough. I'll have to really sit down if I want it. Like Blaster and Zero, if you don't do the combos right, the class is just shit, you know. And even for 0, even if you do it right, it's still So you have to just invest that time and want to do that. And yeah, I've noticed that for 0, that wasn't my thing. But you know, I could definitely do that as like a challenge or something. There's definitely a lot of room for improvement. Let's put it that way. So you love the mage pieces as well, just like Sacrix, just throwing those all in there in the top right.
I mean,
you see his Legion?
That's the kind of piece.
Yeah, like 4 of those mage pieces just like blopped into the top right.
Yeah, wait till you see the current one.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Swiss cheese.
Well, I've got another 250 mage piece now, so.
Oh, here you had the weapon. So this was on August 30th.
Yep.
So this was about 2 months, 2.5 months in, I guess.
And that weapon did not change. It got 1 more star from that picture.
Really? With the same pot, same flame?
Yep. Same everything.
Until Liberated? Really?
Soul.
Oh, but
yeah, it had a better soul.
Just 1 star from this. Yeah, from day, what is it, day 75 or something to day...
Yeah.
to day 540 or something.
It's dumb for sure.
Well, secondary probably didn't change much either.
Nope, I still have that one. That's one of the 3.
And the emblem is probably rerolled.
Yeah, it's 21 and 40. Which we'll see whenever we get to the new stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is like all the screenshots and everything.
Yeah.
And this from August. And then now we have la pièce de résistance, the big old
weapon.
Yeah. Pain and
suffering. That weapon
suffering.
trolled me.
In upgrading it? Or oh yeah, I see the potential.
Yeah, first. Yeah. Fucking weapon. So I was just looking for 3-line attack. I wasn't looking for anything crazy. I wasn't looking for double prime, nothing. And like 1,500 red cubes in, this just kind of appears. And I saw the attack and boss line was about to roll over it, and the people in the Discord were yelling at me, "Dude, no, stop!" Oh shit, what? Oh.
Yeah, I don't see 3-line attack. Instantly almost clicks, and you're like, "Wait, oh, hold up! This is like billions and billions in flame score, yeah, or in value, yeah."
2.5 trill, I think, or something stupid.
Yeah, I was gonna say trillions, but I never know. But that order of magnitude, I could be off by so much. Yeah.
Then so, right after that, I started working on the flame, and like 5 or 6 rainbow flames in, I get a tier 7 attack, tier 6 boss, or tier 7 magic attack, tier 6 boss.
Yeah,
it was so fucking mad. Like, why couldn't you? So
it's always the mage rolls. Did you fling the other chair? Because that would have been a Kobe moment right there to get that other chair.
No, I just sadly clicked away.
Yeah, sadly clicked. Yeah. Cut your loss.
But yeah, this is, as far as I know, this is the best Kain weapon in the game. So.
Yeah, because that potential, right? You'd have to hit a really good flame to somehow compensate for that.
It wouldn't. There's no flame out there that would compensate for that.
You'd have to, even if you had like 6, because the attack. I mean, the other person would have like a really good potential as well, like a 13, 13, 10 or something, and then like a tier 7 with
maybe. Well,
like
yeah, that
14% combined damage or something. But yeah, you're talking a literal, actual trillions. You gotta be, wow, and not too many souls. I hope to get this.
Second soul.
Wow, I was really unlucky with my soul. I used all of my Magnificent Damien. There was like 4 of them or 5 of them. I used 4 Magnificent Wills, and like the 3rd Magnificent Lucid, I think, did it. So I was like more than 10 souls deep. I was like, oh, there goes my well, now I know why I had that collection, because it was a rough one. But yeah, no, we can rebuild. We have the technology, I guess.
I mean, you got attack in the end. So.
Yeah, we got attack in the end. Yeah. And to be fair, it doesn't really matter which soul it is exactly, because unless it's like a Varishilla or a Darknell, you just like ignore, like you make it invisible anyway, right?
I mean, it's the polite thing to do.
To show it, if you have it, yeah.
Not to,
yeah, you've been doing boss fights, to block the boss and everything. It makes will fight so much harder if people block the boss with their soul. You're like, holy shit, I can't respond. Okay, so what else did we end up on? The same secondary, yeah. I mean,
I have 3 secondaries. They're all best in slot.
they're all depending on the situation. You switch rings, you switch secondary, and then roar 4, and then switch.
Yeah, if I ever luck or dog like Paul is right now, I'll have a Seren emblem and can switch those 2.
Is it technically better to have 30% attack over something like 30% damage in Grandis though? Wouldn't that be, if you want a best in slot mobbing one, wouldn't you have to have a percentage damage one?
Would you be? I just assumed that attack, especially when you're full 22, that attack would scale harder than percent damage. Especially considering you have like Laura Link, you have normal monster damage in the Legion now.
I don't know. I mean, you would have to look at the maths there. It's close, like, you know, it's obviously close. But I think, well, you could try this, right? If you have all your stuff on, and if you know someone who has like a 2-line attack, 1-line... well, yeah, for your emblem, you could improve, right? That could be like a line of damage on there.
Yeah.
We got a 40 and 21. Oh, I rolled the same thing on my arc, on my emblem. And I was like, oh my god. But arc just doesn't need ID at all. Like, you can't use it. This was before familiars, you know, so there was no way to compensate. And all the other arcs were like, oh my god, that's like the most painful thing to roll. And then there were arc changes like a month after that would have made it best in slot. And I got so upset. I was like, "Oh no!" Because of like our boss damage changed and everything, and our some kind of attack calculation changed. So ID would have been best in slot, but then after that it changed again, and then attack would have been. So it was like, okay, it was like a little bit of a roller coaster ride over the years, but but yeah, I mean, yeah, you can work around this for sure. I don't think you roll over this if you can actually
Not
put the ID
Seren.
to use. Yeah. Well, and even then, Seren and Kalos have more ID, more PDR, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but so I would take the Seren emblem and then make it 3-line attack, and then
exactly
just use this one.
Yeah, and then this one would technically be a little bit better on Seren and Kalos, probably.
It depends on the party composition, right? If you have a Zero, if you have a Paladin,
or you have a DA, or you have a Night Lord, or you have a Bishop, or you have a Mercedes, or like and which ones that are again? It's Fire Poison, Mercedes, and Night Lord, right? That do the Untouchable thing?
But Kalos doesn't care about Untouchable.
No, yeah, Kalos doesn't care. But like for Seren, you've got, I mean, most parties will have the Untouchable in there or try to. So if you have Mercedes or a Night Lord, then you have already a lot of extra IED. So GMS don't care at that point. Yeah.
Between that and familiars, attack is so much harder to come by in extra sources that that's the one big source of damage I still have.
What is the weakest source of percentage damage that you dug into, or source of percentage attack? I mean, that you dug into. Did you maximize on it? Well, there's one, right?
Okay, so for between attack and boss damage, I did a BA green pot only with all 3 of my secondaries and the 40 boss or 80 boss 9 attack beat out by like, I don't know, 7% final damage or something. Like, it was pretty substantial.
Oh yeah, that's actually quite substantial. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, especially since your weapon also has a line of boss on it. That's more than I expected. I expected this secondary to be closer. I guess it depends on your familiars, right?
Yeah, I have 80 boss familiars. Oh, it's most likely due to the 100% attack from Roar.
From Roar, yeah.
My, big burst is so much bigger than anything else I do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So if I had a weapon jump, there, the calculations could change.
Yeah, if you do the WC calc and you change the numbers to like the extra 100% from Roar, then that pushes. Because where else do you get 100% attack? That's like all of your other items combined, pretty much. So it like doubles your percentage attack. Yeah. Well, there's still the I just wanted to hint at that. Like with familiars, you have your badges, right? You're capped on the attack there.
I have min-max the badges. I even did the Temple of Time one.
Yeah, I did that too, one at the end. Oh, well, I kind of got gifted it. Like one came from a booster pack, and then the other one, the Leica I got just by used to walk to Pink Bean, right? And I would always kill Leica on the way there in my drop rate gear. So I got like 2 or 3 Leica cards that way just from doing that all the time. And then I got one, I don't remember which one it was, I think the Dodo, just from a booster pack. And I was like, okay, now I just need one more. So, I mean, now it makes sense to go chase that, the little Noosh. But yeah, other than that...
Is Darknell hard to solo? No, Darknell's not hard to solo at all. Just go and smack him, you'll be fine.
It's one of the easiest bosses if you start from the hardest ones. It's already like 4th on the list or something, yeah. No, Hard Darknell is probably the most AIDS thing. Like, for people who think that a Hard Magnus is like annoying, or CPAP or something, just imagine like you're fighting like 10 CPAPs at the same time or something. Like, that's Hard Darknell, basically. It's just, everything kills you. And then you get to the second half of the boss fight where CPAP gets a lot easier. This one gets even harder. Like, more of those... Like, you kind of want to run it through the corner in the beginning of the boss fight to be a little bit safe, but then that's like the least safe spot the further you go, and then you have to fight in the middle, and everything's just coming from all directions. I was gonna try that once I got 22, like everything, but like my last Shining I fucked up because I had all my totems expiring, so I did 4 totems instead of working on Shining, so I'm still 21 gamer now, which is a little bit unfortunate, but hopefully there'll be another one in 6 months.
Yeah, Darknell is the next boss on the list to solo. So I finally just brute forced my way through Gloom. Fuck that fight. And
well, Liberation helps a lot, right? That extra iframe, you're like, oh, so much more breathing room now.
Except for I have to use the iframe for burst.
You have to?
Yeah, because you know how Arc has a hold down skill?
Yeah, I use my will skills for that, so I don't get sealed and darkened. And I keep the iframe for the darkness combination if necessary for the timing. Yeah.
Our hold down, our immobile part of our burst is twice as long as Arc's hold down skill. So even with both will skills, I can just get cut.
You're talking about the dragon beam thing, right?
Yeah.
But you
beam and blitz.
Yeah. But you can slightly move in the beam, but you're so slow that you still get just fucked. Yeah.
Yeah. And because you're not moving perpendicular to the falling, you have to move so much longer. Because
you're moving slightly diagonally on the arms. Yeah.
So and if you get unlucky and he throws a fastball at you, there's just nothing you can do.
Yeah, you'd have to Curring and iframe or something if you want to burst every time.
Right.
I wonder if Curring would be a net positive there.
Yeah. Yes, you can cancel Blitz with Shadow Step, but Blitz is like the important part.
That's all
of that.
Yeah. That's to capitalize on all the other prep you do, yeah.
At least Thanatos always hits, so I got that going.
Beamy Jackers.
But I've tried Darknell or Hard Darknell once. I got it to 10% before my hands fell off or something. I went 5 or 4 lives to 0 in 10%.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you just start doing Varicella and you're like, oh, I had a good run, I can do this boss, and then one run you're like, boom, 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 and you're, oh, I'm out. Oh, oops. Like, if you just stop completely paying attention, you're gone. Yeah. Or not paying attention, but like you can't keep up for a little bit. You just you get outpaced immediately. So we're full 22ing. Oh, you got the decent Sharp Eyes, extra V Matrix slot. We'll take that. Not quite a critical damage line, but probably the second best thing. I mean, stats is good. Once you're really high level, then the V Matrix slot isn't as worthy anymore, but it's still
except
very
for
useful.
I have 6 boost nodes.
I
still can't slot everything. So
you need like 290 and then buy the extra slots.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yep. And full 22 star gamer. Everything is 30 or the normal percent. So 30, 33.
Ooh, I can improve the flame on the belt a little bit here.
But Galax flames, man.
Yeah, no. I mean, this is probably. I mean, we're at the point now. This is probably the next thing to upgrade.
No.
No, you can get flame scores like in the mid 50s or something. This is only like a 36, right? 37.
So, 10 flame score equates to about 300 stat in my stat window.
And there you go. Chase it.
No.
I mean, this is. I mean, I'm gonna keep scrolling, but this is probably the place where you're gonna need to get it. Yeah, like 76 and 6 Twilight Mark. Like you're not getting it on there. I mean, you're in pitched prison anyway, right?
Yep.
Like anyone in this stage of the game, yeah. Yeah, you could like
And
redo
Paul's
the
hitting,
fucking...
I'm not, so I'm not
Oh,
going to chase his damage.
yeah, no, you can't really compete with that if somebody just hits.
I mean, he's 3 set, so.
Mm-hmm. JHK
Yeah,
was like, I'm 3 set, guess which one? I was like, okay, Black Mage Badge, Seren Emblem, and Book. And he was like, yep.
Yeah.
It's easy to guess. Those are the only ones you can't boom, so.
Paul has a source and no book, so 4 sets should be pretty attainable.
Yeah. Yeah, just get the book. Forehead. Just go to the library.
I mean, his BAM has a book. Can't be that hard.
Yeah, there might be some flames here. I mean, you're at flames now, right? I mean, once everything's 22 and the pots are finished, it's just all sending flames.
I would rather work on a new character or just go to my retirement home.
I get that, yeah. Get that. 12, 11. Yeah, I said ID can stay behind because of the emblem. And then the boss damage still gets the most. Yeah. Passive crit, yeah. I mean, that's only like, yeah, you can still black circulator that, but that's just 1% on each, right? And then it's completely kept out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Legion, wait, Legion is a 9.1.
Sorry, I don't know why.
Yeah. Okay, I was like, you said 9.4, and I was like, dude, you're getting pretty close. I was still 9.4, was still a lot, yeah. Yeah, and you started just
9.1 is still a lot,
throwing in the extra blocks, yeah.
Yeah. Where else am I supposed to put him? Like, I could this is optimized for a bossing mule. This looks like the hero. But I could do I optimize for burst and throw it all in crit rate, or do I just leave it in stat and try to make off burst not quite so bad? Like,
yeah, I would
3-minute VA doesn't change. It's just when do I want to do the damage?
Yeah, that would be, I mean, I think that's the way to go, is just to try to both the setups and do a BA and C, because you are quite burst heavy. But how much critical damage do you have in burst now? Because it's probably like 270 or something, right? 280.
I don't think I sent you that's off burst. Yeah, secret rate's only 100.
Oh yeah, because you don't have built-in real sharp eyes, so yours is a little bit lower than the other archers.
Yeah. But without guild skills, with just vicious shot. And I don't even know what Legion I'm in right now. I just push the button. Load game. 181.
Wait, okay, so you're approaching 200, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm...
It could be...
Alright, I'm doing my best out here, okay? I didn't feel like breaking out the Legion Sulfur for one block. Not doing it.
Yeah, what I have is I just filled out the attack, basically, instead of the crit rate if you don't need it. And then, yeah, that one piece of boss that's in normal damage and should be in boss. That's going to trigger some OCDs in chat.
Cyanide, so you just have to spam chat, or spam the NPC to get into Misty Island.
Yeah, just hold down, yeah.
Keep trying. It'll let you in eventually.
What people's theory is that there's just a limited amount of slots in there, maybe just one at a time only, so you just have to wait until someone gets out. I just randomly CC'd, found a map with only 2 people in it, held down the thing, and got in like 10 seconds. I just got locked out.
Yeah.
This looks like a pot of something that's boiling over. It's like a half.
Okay.
It's like a half. Do you see it?
No.
You got like the handle here, and then this is the pot, and then this is like boiling over from the inside. Yeah, you see it. Yeah. No, not that pot. Feels lit, man. Okay. Yeah, I if I had to guess, I would say probably the crit rate would scale better for you because of how burst heavy you are and how you're not like close to 300% critical damage yet. There's still some way there. But I mean, I guess you have the same question then for link skills, right? If you go like super hard on the crit rate, no, because you have a no. Like, do you use Explorer Archer at all? Do you even consider that?
Oh god, no.
But you definitely have the Beast Tamer in there because it double dips.
The boss damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because what would you? I mean, yeah, you're competing with like the Thief, Explorer Thief.
Yeah, I don't have to. I need to change my preset because I don't need the Lumi link at all, but it's still in there. Like I could change that out for Phantom, maybe, I guess.
Yeah, because you have your emblem, right?
Yeah.
And your familiars are 30, 30, 30, 20, right? They're not like 40, 40,
Correct.
and then, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Imagine having 80 and having two 40s and no 30. That would be really weird. You would have
be
110 at that point. Yeah.
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 Well, this guy's 9K. Yeah.
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 Now we don't know if he knows that my mom is 9K as well, and he's being he's joking, or if he's being like this serious. I don't know.
Yeah. Bossing mules, man. They'll get you.
I mean, yeah, you have a lot of like high level characters in your account now, because whenever it's like, oh, Smithley's coming on a mule, it's like another 250 just like pulled out of his ass. Like, I don't know, he keeps
I have
coming.
4, 5.
Okay,
I
but I've probably seen all of them already. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Most of them are
think you've bossed
supports.
with all of them.
Yeah, yeah. At some point or another, I've bossed with all of your characters, definitely.
Yeah.
So the next is like sending raid power and 250s, right?
Yep.
Bigger blocks. Yeah, once you have more 250s, you'll have a lot easier time filling some stuff up as well, not needing to make that many decisions. It'll just be all your main stat, all your attack full, critical damage IED, boss damage all full, and then just you just start throwing it into critical rate. That's it.
Yeah. One day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm currently in that post Shining depression where it's like, well, I don't really want to do anything in this game right now. Like,
was the run up pretty steep? Like a lot of preparation, a lot of work?
no, I haven't hardcored this game since Cube Sale, since the Kain finished, right?
Yeah.
Like I brute forced myself to get the bishop to 251.
Mm-hmm.
The goal is 255 so I can limp along in Black Mage.
Yeah, yeah, you're gonna start. I mean, this is a very solid support, even at just at 255.
Oh, for sure.
Benediction and shells help. I believe you can cleanse curses, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
Oh,
no, you can
there's
cleanse
something else you can
the
cleanse.
blindness in phase 2.
Oh, the blindness and the stun if people get double cursed, right? The seal, sorry, the seal if they get.
I don't know.
I thought that could get. There was something that was like. This is like super annoying. Maybe it was the blindness then that I'm remembering, but I thought it was one other thing.
Oh, the blindness for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought there was one other thing. Oh, maybe I'm mistaking it with another boss fight. Yeah, I was thinking maybe the seal, but maybe that's not true. Well, there's probably some other bishop out there who can tell you. They'll be raring to tell you like this. We could do so much. It's like we're not useless.
I mean, between high level benediction, peacemaker, the oh god, what is it? The other dispel, like the damage dispel, the 44% IED debuff.
Oh, that's on Angel right now, right?
No, Angel Ray is a separate 10% final damage buff.
Oh, that's the final damage. Yeah, that was on heal before. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they just bring so much to the party that, especially since you can't bind it, they're probably better than Akana.
Doesn't Angel Ray build the debuff stacks though for the IED?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Not for IED, it's for final damage. It's 2% final damage per stack up to 5 stacks.
Oh, that's where that comes from. Wait, so there's a different thing that builds the IED?
Yeah, it's I think it's the other half of heal, the damage half of heal, not dispel.
Oh, because that used to be on Big Bang, right? And that was just ridiculous.
I have no idea.
Big Bang do the IED because then you're like spamming Big Bang on a boss as a bishop, which is just stupid. So they moved that to one of the attacking form of the angels.
Heal itself doesn't really work, but the healing fountain does. So
you leave those little cups, right?
Yeah, the cups aren't that good though.
No. Don't. It does something, okay?
Yeah. No,
it's like the treasure chests for the cannoneers, where you're like getting a little bit of heal, a little bit of damage. Actually, those are probably better because they also give some damage, which is nice.
Yeah, they give what stat, right?
Status from the monkey, and I want to say it's like 10% damage or something if you pick up a chest for like 5 seconds or something. Like it's way worse than Peacemaker, for example. Like Peacemaker's way better than that. Yeah.
Yeah. Peacemaker's 8% damage or something.
Yeah, and like all the time.
Plus, yeah. Well.
What is it, like 4-second duration, 6-second cooldown or something? Like spam, or
I
6
think
and 8.
8 and 8.
Yeah, or 8 and 8. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was less than 10.
Keep it up. Yeah, you can keep it going, but it's kind of annoying.
You're gonna get kicked in Black Mage. You're gonna you have to pick your battles like every time you get up, like poof, and then duck back down.
But yeah, so I would much rather work on like a bishop, or heaven forbid, going back to the meme finder.
Yeah, you always see high level Pathfinders really going at it, and I mean they do have, they're doing stuff, you know, like because I would think, like, when you go so much further in the game, it becomes so much more bossing oriented, and it just, my limited experience with Pathfinders, that the bossing is just not good. But I know that there's like
the mobility
there's
is
like stuff
fantastic. The damage reduction's great. It's, you just don't do damage, right?
Yeah.
You are one of
pretty
the
important.
worst DPM classes.
Yeah.
So,
did you ever see the Vellum clear on my Project CRA?
I did, and okay, the class has problems, but that wasn't the class's fault.
No, that was 100% me, but
yeah.
Like, I know that's also one of those characters where you really have to learn the kit, right, and the combos and the order of the skills to make sure that you're like it's kind of the same as Kain.
Combo. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, but you have to do it. If you don't do it, then your damage is even worse, right? It's kind of like with Kain, if you would use the same skills but in opposite order, you do like a third of the damage, right?
Yeah, true.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna use my big ass 5th job finisher. Oh, I did build like the debuffs. How bad could it be? Well, it could be pretty fucking bad.
Yep. It's stationary torrent, triple impact, glyph. That's your whole combo. You're done.
Yeah, well,
there's 3 buttons.
I would need to have those skills on a key to begin with. My mom played her her burned Pathfinder's second one, and she was like, "Oh, I discovered a new skill, triple impact." I was like, "Mom, I told you about this skill like 4 times because it gives you knockdown resistance." She's got a 276 Pathfinder, and she plays another Pathfinder to discover triple impact. I was like, okay, well, you know, everyone learns at their own pace, I guess.
Only your second highest damage skill, and the only one that's up every like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
that you can kill like momentum and stuff with. Oh, and it jumps you up in the air. Yeah.
Well, to be fair to my mom, where would she put that skill? Because I don't know if you've ever seen her key layout, but she leaves like pretty much 95% of the default keys in there, and then presses all of her skills or go like around wherever the free spots are. So everything's like between F8 and F12, and like, you know, between like IOPKLM, like over the side of the keyboard. It's like, and then between insert and page down. That's basically where all the skills are, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, well, yeah, but you don't have room for anything. So I've been trying to get her on a typing course, you know, so she can learn to type like blind, so that she can actually have control over where the keys are. And she doesn't have to look at the keyboard. I think it would improve her massively. But yeah, I mean, old people, you know. I'm already old. Like, you can't teach me anything new, let alone in 35 years.
Oh, trust me. We know. We've tried.
Yeah, no. But, you know, she's still at that 9K Legion grind, so she's getting it done somehow.
She's enjoying the game.
Yeah, she enjoys events mostly, like mini-games, events, and collecting event currency. She's probably all over that Mystical Island thing, so I'll probably have some DMs from her in a second, like, are you crashing too? Are you having trouble getting in? Like, yeah, Mom, no one's getting in, yeah.
I have not crashed this morning. Like, I've been playing off and on for, oh my god, it's already 11. 7 hours today.
I was gonna say, you've already had a full day on there.
Yeah.
You messaged me and you woke up at 9 my time, and I'm like, bro, I woke up 5 hours after you, and I'm like 6 hours ahead.
Dude, we just, like, you need to move here, I need to move there, and like everything would be perfect.
Yeah, and then not change our sleep schedule somehow. Like, it was still fun. Within a week, we'd be like realigned. Yeah, so what do you see? Oh, wait, so was the Bishop the Hyperburn, or do you still have that?
Hyperburn is a currently 238 mechanic who is, I mean, limping along to the finish line.
That's a good thing he's already in a wheelchair.
I'm using guild skills to do Monster Park every day.
Guild skill for? Oh yeah. Well, if you try to do the highest level one, your symbols are not catching up. So, wow, yeah. Guild skill Monster Park. That's some wild shit. I would use them for like Dream Defender, which I thought that was pretty reasonable. But for Monster Park, I mean, yeah, to be
Dream
fair.
Defender, I'm not doing any of the party quests. It gets the symbol dailies, and it gets Monster Park, and it gets the whatever mini game it is.
You like this one? You like this mini game? Which one is it again?
It's okay. I don't feel like I have to cheat to make it bearable. So
Yeah.
I mean, I would never look at the big ass document that had all of the little markings circled already.
I just cross my eyes and boom, 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 pick them out.
Nah.
Easy strat. Now the volleyball thing is like 3 minutes, right?
Yep.
It's so fast. There's always one guy though shooting his ball completely horizontally. That's like in the air forever. It's like, bro.
Yeah. Or the one guy who just keeps passing it back to himself, and so all the other balls end up next to him, and and we're all just standing there like, "Are you gonna throw him over here?" And then like, come on.
Or the one guy only yoinks your ball, and you're like constantly chasing ball. Whatever. It gets done pretty quickly, so I don't mind too much. It's a good experience for low-level characters. But you're getting at the point now where just like if there's a Terror Burn or something, you're like, I probably could just skip this, right?
Yep. The only character I have left to Terror Burn is the new one.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is done. What am I gonna do? Maple achievement hunt? Make 10 ice lightnings? Nah, I'm good.
Or you could like remake the Hayato so it actually has gear or something because it looks pretty cold.
Nah, she's fine.
She's that was the last picture, so I was just checking. She's still cold, okay? Has not been touched in the last year.
AMSO gear. I know I was working on it at one point, but she's so far down the list of mules to get to 250. I'm not worried about it.
Where was
she can be cold? It's fine.
Yeah, it was like the pink underwear. And just the frozen cape, like the signature frozen cape, like you were abandoned.
That's Noah's ex-wife we're talking to.
Oh, is it? Yeah, is that character?
Yep. He divorced me for Cheval, and then Cheval went to the army.
Yeah, Cheval. We haven't seen him in a hot minute. I think I did a progression session with him, and then I don't know if he's played like more than an hour since then.
I mean, he plays like 1 hour a week, maybe, if that.
I mean, yeah, it's a mandatory army duty is one thing. It's good over there, though. I mean, as long as they're not in like crazy conflicts. Heard from a lot of people from Israel, it sets them up for good jobs, and I mean, you did the same thing, didn't you?
No, I never went to the Israeli army. What?
Well, no, not the Israeli. No, like for college, right?
Yeah. I joined the National Guard here to pay for college. Pay for a college I didn't actually end up going to, and then stayed for 12 years. So.
Yeah, just a short stint.
I mean, it's 1 weekend a month. So it's not like it was a huge deal. I got to do a lot of fun shit though.
Is that it? 1 weekend a month? Once you're in?
Yeah. 1 weekend a month, 2 full weeks out of the year at some point. But I mean, have you ever strapped a pickup truck to the bottom of a helicopter before? Because I have.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Then you just fly around with what is it, under a Chinook or something?
I probably shouldn't talk about specifics.
Okay. Right. So, I only know like the video game names of things. Because I think the Chinook is the one with like two things, right? 2 big things up top. Like the big carrier thing.
There is a helicopter named a Chinook, yes.
Okay, yeah. Because I'm thinking I used to play Command and Conquer Generals, and then the American Army had like a few. They had like the really big one, the really big fat plane that shoots like the giant caliber. You know, it's like tick, 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 poof, and like there's like one giant shell. You know, if it lands, is like a 10-pound shell somewhere.
It's a 30mm Vulcan cannon. Yeah. That's the A10 Warthog.
They used that one in a Transformers movie, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah. They like circle around, then you just it was exactly the same thing.
One, that's different. That's a C-130. That's like a cargo plane, but instead of toting cargo, they just tote death.
Yeah, destruction. Yeah. No, you had that. That was like a general power that you had in in Command and Conquer Generals. Like you could summon it, and it would circle, and then you could, while it was circling, you could like make it shoot on certain things. But yeah, it was like that. It was like what looked like a little machine gun that was probably already very high caliber, and then like the really big thing that comes in is just like I don't know, it's like a rail gun basically.
Yeah, I put a link of like a soldier POV of Wrestling Led, of like the helicopter coming at you and stuff. Just it's in there. Watch it at your own time, or we can watch it now. That's cool too.
Oh yeah, this.
Yeah,
And you're like on top of the truck here, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
This isn't me, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you're not paying attention, they will hit you in the face with this hook.
Yeah,
Never
or with
happened.
over the tire of the.
Yeah.
That one guy almost got clipped.
Yeah, it would have been fine.
So this is like a Humvee you're standing on.
Yeah, they're on a Humvee. So.
Yeah, pilot's
do
got to be
cool
pretty
shit like
careful too, so you don't take off any
I mean,
appendages down there. You just lay. Yeah, if he goes down, you lay flat, or you roll off the car. Yeah, the car will brace some impact.
Anyway, back to this. So I have no idea
Yeah.
what I have left to do in the game. Like, there's Seren. I should probably join. I hit 180 sack.
Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, 180 is like the.
Yeah.
Well, but most people would say the minimum, right?
Oh, most new parties are forming at 160.
60 already. Okay.
I can do Black Mage comfortably. I think I do 220 green pot only. 220 build per second. That's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, I have no idea what I
Paul's
do.
still insanely stronger than me. At this point, it's got to be hand stiff.
He's always complaining about how bad Kain is too. I'm like, I don't think it's that bad.
I think he's up to 297 on his Kain, but he's also like 1.5k stat more than me, probably from flames. Yes, I know.
I mean, yeah, that's probably the upgrade thing that you can do, right? Is flames and pitched. That's pretty much it.
So flames, pitched, reroll the emblem to attack since I don't need the IED. Like, I'm sitting at 97 visual right now, and I haven't even started on the IED part of the event yet.
Well, would you reroll this, or would you just go for Seren first and make that one, right?
If I was trying to compete with Paul right now, I would have to reroll it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, because the whole line of attack you're missing, yeah.
And Oz, right? Go get the weapon jump 4.
Double ring up. Yeah, I mean, don't talk, my fucking arc, same thing, right? We're full from 4 minute to 2 minute now, so kind of need it now if you want to compete, yeah.
So, none of those things sound appealing. It's 280, like, I'm good on content until this time next year, probably. Right? Because Odium's 275, so the new area will be 280. So I have like a year and a half until I need to level.
Yeah.
By then, I will have leveled through dailies, at least 1 or 2, and don't have to grind out, 2 months of level.
Well, levels will help if you're doing Seren Kalos for final damage, right? Same way that like getting up to 280 for Black Mage helped.
I mean, sure, fine, but it's not like I'm planning on soloing Seren anytime soon.
Well, when it comes to doing the dailies, like the EXP dailies, the bigger chunk ones, do you still do those on the Kain, or are you doing that on, like the Kana isn't doing anything there,
character.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
The Kana has been 260 at like 95% for almost a year.
Okay. You get that level, bro. Easy Legion level.
Nah, fuck it.
9.5,
if
let's
they
go.
ever buff the thing.
Yeah.
Before they completely gutted Kana, I was planning on like just making Kana next, like finishing that one. But then they.
I mean, you say completely gutted. Last week I saw Kana rank 8 in Dojo, so.
Okay.
I mean, it still has potential, right? Because Dojo is pretty competitive in Reboot.
Where's Jafar? Let me get Jafar in here. Hold on.
He's got to give us the percentages of how much.
Yeah, it's like 34%.
Sure, but
damage equivalent.
But as a support, where did it start? Like it's.
Sure. Was it overtuned? Yes, but I think they took it too far. I would have been perfectly happy with like a 15-20%, like, But.
You feel like the bishop does more damage than the Kana?
My bishop versus my Kana, yes, wholeheartedly, because I just spent 60 bill on it.
Yeah.
On the bishop.
Okay. Well, unfair comparison, but infinity. Yeah. But you feel like a mechanic does more damage than a Kana?
Yes, mechanic does more damage than a Kana for sure.
But it supports less,
Mechanics, right? I mean, 10% final damage plus teleporters that can get you killed.
Yeah, well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, 10% is more a DPM thing than a burst thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I would say
burst
Bishop is really good now that you can tap your benediction for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. That was a big thing for them.
Yes. It makes them much more versatile.
Yeah, imagine if you could do the same with domain, where you'd be like, oh, I leave it at stage 2, like I lock it at stage 2, and it only gets a 2-minute cooldown instead of 3-minute cooldown, or something like that.
Shadower versus DB, I don't like thieves, so I don't have an opinion.
Wait, you mean Kain?
Yeah.
We got it.
Kain is an archer, Kain is not a thief.
Yeah, tell that to your dark side.
Oh, there's another character that's got dark side. Hold on, I'll think of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a thief.
It's not a thief?
Lumi. No, Lumi has dark sight.
Didn't Blaze Wizard have it for like half a second after a flash jump or something? Oh yeah, Lumi after a teleport, right? Like it was a little bit dark. Is it really dark side though, or is it just a visual thing?
It used to be. Now it's just a visual thing.
Yeah.
But
they become transparent. But for you, it's a functional thing. I think it's the only non-thief, right, that has something like dark side.
Yeah, I think. It's server lag dependent. Like sometimes you're supposed to be in dark side through the entirety of your dash. You'll get that same duration, but when it starts and ends is kind of different. No, Kain does not have sharp eyes. We have the dullest of eyes.
Yeah. Well, your character has kind of bright eyes.
I have decent sharp eyes from a glove somehow.
Yeah.
I guess I like look through them occasionally. I don't know. So, yeah.
I mean, do you want to do more things with the account, I guess? Do you want to play the game more? I mean, because there could be a thing where you're like, okay, I'm just going to... Well, you weren't really looking forward to the new class, so like prepping for 6 months for that isn't really an option, from what I hear.
Yeah, and that was a one-and-done thing. Like, Kain was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'll help Kala or whoever else wants to...
Yeah, whoever's the next one paid forward.
Yeah. You know, no problem, I got you. Like... We'll form a black mage party. We get 255. Like, let's go. But
yeah, Kala's in kind of the same situation with this whole young, I guess.
Except for he's even farther done than I am. So.
Yeah, I still could believe when we were forming the very first black mage party, he was like, "Oh no, I'm nowhere ready." He's like, "Bro, you're definitely fucking beyond ready. Like, you're doing so much fucking damage."
Yeah.
And then he ended up
Seren win.
Yeah. Well, let's form that party, bro. It's gonna be 8. I'm so bad.
I mean, it's just like learning Black Mage, except you don't have a key requirement, so... Hopefully we'll get practice mode at some point.
Yeah, you only have 1 entry a day though, right?
I thought it was 3.
Oh, did they make that 3 as well? Okay.
Yeah. Well,
in that
I know
last
the
batch,
one pair I had, so I've gone twice with the boys, because I'm like their 7th.
Yeah, okay.
Only because Mex isn't around.
You're the 7th for every party.
It's fine. I don't
always
mind.
get dragged in. I mean, it's better that being on the list for anyone. So.
Yeah. Permanent bench warmer gets paid almost as much as starters do.
Oh, is that a thing in sports ball? Yeah.
Yeah. In the real football, which I can say, now that the World Cup is almost over and no one important is playing.
Yeah. You get injured. Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Their salary, right?
Yeah. So.
Don't get hit. Yeah, I heard that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I'm in the retirement home right now. I'm still doing dailies, I guess, but the game is feeling more and more like a chore since Liberation and since Cube Sale. Like, I'm trying to get excited about the Bishop. I really want it to be 255. I don't want to do the work to get it to 255. So.
Well, yeah, totemless is a big change, right?
I prefer it because I can do an hour, right?
Yep.
I'm not set. You know, I'd much rather do an hour 7 days a week than
2 hours 3 or 4 days. Yeah. No, I get you. Yeah, it's such a block of time where you just, and then during that you feel so pressured. Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, this is a much more evened out, like, this can be part of your daily routine.
Yeah.
WAPs can be near infinite if you really try.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, once you start building Threads of Fate, WAPs are just infinite, so that they're no longer an issue.
Oh, bug abusing? Monka?
I want to say that people just didn't want to understand what the situation with WAPs were. To just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Bishop got some love. It's 385 stars right now. So like
Oh,
it's
okay.
pretty good.
Mhm.
I have 10 items, including arcanes, to 21 star left, and they're all fucking accessories somehow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, you 21?
So,
Yeah. So you have like CRA 21 and everything else 19, kind of, right? Is that like the general?
Sea 21, Sweetwater Pendants 21. Both of my shields are 20. I 20'd a Black Bean Mark because I really don't want to do Mark to Mercy unless I have to, and I haven't
Yeah.
got a Pat Mark to transpose anyway.
Yep.
Um,
That's the
I don't
downside
have
of
a
leveling
Twilight
too
Mark.
fast. You don't get pet marks because you don't have enough CPAP clear.
Yeah.
And then everything else is 19, I'm guessing.
It's either 21 or 17. I
Oh, okay.
wasn't really going for the
I see.
yeah. So 3 of my 4 superior items are 21
Mhm.
because I can fodder into them.
Yep. Yep.
I think that's it. That's everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you're kind of down on Mezzo too. Then you're like starting back from 0.
Yeah, I went to 0 a couple of times, and
Mhm.
I don't know if I care enough about the game to try to min-max it hard enough to save Mezzo.
Yeah, I find myself on
At this
Tuesdays and Wednesdays like, oh, I've got like 8 boss meals left. Fuck it. I'm just not gonna do it. Like,
No, you cannot transpose a Blackwing Mark into Monocle.
no, too low level. Has to
It's
be
235 instead of 240.
Yeah, it needs to be 140 plus. Yeah. And technically, I think it needs to be 140 to 155. I think a 156 item also can't be transposed, but those items don't exist.
Yeah. So.
All right, so
Thankfully, that's
Seren
pre-flame.
and
Yeah.
Seren and
I have
and,
one
and
Seren
Legion?
clear.
Yeah, and I guess and then the Bishop.
Yep.
But Bishop is
So, yeah.
enjoyable, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah, in between Kain dailies fighting this fucking mechanic, I'm gonna take it kicking and screaming to 250, but I'm not gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
I refuse.
Oh, did you ever get your name?
No. Troll still has it. It's not even on the leaderboards anymore. But every once in a while, because I have a couple of character slots, I'll like try to make a character with the name and see if I can get it.
Jeez. Oh yeah,
No,
for the
still
people at
Mail
home who don't know, do you explain shortly what happened there?
Sure. So I made a big deal about like my 250 push and all that, and apparently I had some haters out there, unbeknownst to me. So when game time started, and like Kain was available, I deleted my old bishop that had the name, went to log in and like create the Kain. Less than 10 seconds later, my name was taken by a male Adele out of Elysium.
And how
That
did you?
never made it to level 10, like level 11.
What were you doing when you were deleting the character and remaking the name?
I was streaming.
Yeah.
Because, I made a deal that, I would stream 100% of it, so there was no question about funny business or account sharing or any of that.
And
So.
one douchebag.
Yep.
You got one guide.
IRL. Yeah.
Oh boy.
This is my end of progression session.
Yeah. This is the
cap. The
Kain will now get deleted. Oh no, I mean.
Well, I don't. It's going to the retirement home.
Yeah.
Yeah, pitch boss waiting room. So
yeah.
I actually had a couple of friends offer to like hunt the guy down and pay the ransom or whatever so I could get the name, but like no, it's not that big of a deal.
Adino could probably can make some calls.
Reno was one of them, but he wasn't the only one. But yeah.
You've probably got some contacts.
No, I mean, I'm just not gonna put people's business out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they're all people you have talked to before.
Yeah.
That way.
I mean, yeah, it is just a stupid thing. I locked into my name because the big name reset, right? Because my name was held by, I think it was a level 10 archer in Scania or something forever, and they just didn't do anything with it. And then when the big name reset happened, this was years ago, I was like, I'll just try it, I guess, and boom, it was available. I was like, oh yes, it is, yeah.
Proxo got a different Smidley, but misspelled somehow, and offered to trade it. Like I would send him the NX for the name change, and we would just trade that way. No, I'm good. And
Wait,
then
he
I
leveled the
got
character? Like he would just delete it?
it's his bishop. No, it's his
Oh, okay.
Pathfinder.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, it's better.
And then I got the Smidley bishop where the
With
I
the
there
L,
is the
yeah.
L. Yeah. So it's
Smildly, yeah. Rolls off the tongue.
it's great. Yeah.
Stream sniped, yeah. Stream sniped in MapleStory in the worst kind of way. Yeah, the beauty of the best side of the community. All right, so the bishop is feeling good, except for the training, I guess.
Yeah, I mean bishop training's fine, especially with the Air to Fountain being OP. Like I can
Yeah, that
clear
helps a lot.
LH6 on spawn. I'm getting like 13% an hour. It's just finding the time.
Oh, that's old Kana map, right?
Yeah, old Kana map.
You have enough summons for that?
You have two. We have the the fountain and the air to fountain.
You have two fountains.
Yeah, holy fountain. And
holy fountain, air to fountain. Yeah. And well, and the monsters only respawn every 7 seconds now, so that makes clearing the map quite a bit easier than on Totem, of course. Yeah,
for sure.
Okay. Wait, what kind of rates is that at 250?
17k ish an hour.
70k monsters.
So,
okay.
Yeah,
that's not even that bad.
It's like 700 mil an hour, 650, something like that.
Oh damn! So my rates on Totem and Seren.
I mean, but yeah, you're burning him.
Yeah. Yeah, man. How long is it going to take to get out of... Well, I guess now Limina is not as competitive anymore, right?
Different maps in Limina will be when people finally start getting away from 1525.
Oh, dude, there was a post on Reddit where someone was like, I just came back for the first time since, like, 2016 starter packs. Like, guys, I'm using my last totems on CLP. I found a map. It's like, oh no.
Yeah. There are good maps.
Yeah.
But they're not. I mean, they're well known to people who care. They're just, not all that popular yet because people still had totems or still do for the next day.
Yeah, and then a few straggler leftover totems somewhere in accounts will get dusted off for somewhere the next 2 weeks, and then they'll be completely gone. A new era.
Yep. Yeah.
And then January Odium. That's gonna move some people up. Well, 1% of 1% people. Oh, what was your recap of 2022? Anything surprising in there?
2022.
Did you check?
I cleared Black Mage in May, which I didn't expect. Liberated in December. Shining. Like I went from, oh my god, I'm so weak, to 1 Shining and 1 5, 10, 15. Like, oh shit, I'm full 22. What the fuck happened?
Yeah. It's a sprinkle of luck and a whole lot of mezzos, yeah.
Yeah. More luck than mezzo. I think I spent 1 trill overall, like, if you throw everything together for the Kain. Between Pots, Flames, and Star Forcing.
Jeez. Oh, someone was saying that there is a 5 trill achievement. Is that a thing? Yeah, let me check now.
Yeah, it's somewhere. My Star Forcing achievement's at 810 right now. So, I don't know.
There is. At 1.23. Jesus.
Yeah. So.
Would have been 100 mil higher if I didn't fuck up my Shining Star Force.
Yeah, it's okay. There'll be more. And, I mean, you make enough money, you don't actually have to wait.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, because I noticed, I said that to stream as well. I was like, yo, I'm looking at my money. It's like, damn, I only have 130 mil and 130 bill. And I'm like, that's a lot of fucking money, dude. Like, I could send some things with that.
Yeah. So,
definitely don't have to wait.
Especially since we know we're not going in the next 2 months. We're not getting a 5, 10, 15.
Yeah, probably not, yeah. Everyone needs to cool off.
Yeah, just throw it. I mean, you'll make more than what you have now back before the next 5 to 15, so.
Yeah, if I keep up with my weeklies, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm expecting you to, like, get the value out of the characters that you have built
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, because I'm online a lot, and people just assume that I play like Maple 14 hours a day. It's like Maple is on like 14 hours a day, but I don't. I'm not really. I'm probably playing
Oh,
like
we know.
3 hours. You know.
I mean, you're playing that. You're playing Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, I'm playing
out
more
on the
Raid now
side.
than Maple at this point. Yeah, best believe I'm running those spider runs right now. You gotta get
I
those
don't.
accessories, baby.
No, it didn't get. Oh my god. What?
Next week with another sponsorship, guys. Make sure, you get in on that.
Actually, though,
Yeah.
nice. Congrats.
Need new signups, new accounts. Make sure you're ready.
So, when are you gonna start your hyperburn now that you're out of totems?
Well, I still want to get to 275 on the DA. Just to make sure I have Black Mage, and also before Odium comes out, so I can tap into that immediately. So I'll probably still focus on the DA with the time I have left. But I was looking at the amount of EXP I get from the dailies, and just from the dailies and everything, it should already be like 1.2 levels or something. So I think I only need to grind like 50 or 60%. So that should be okay. After that, I think I want to start like a new project, like Project CRA, but just go like 215 across the board on all the characters, and then do HMAG, I think, something like that, and like 220 and do Akechi, 225 do CPAP, 230 do Lotus, 235 do Damien, something like that, 240 do Lotus, like in increments.
I mean,
Like
I
one
guess.
big boss every 5 levels. But yeah, as I learned before, I mean CRA was particularly long because you're doing 4 bosses per character, right? You're doing 200 bosses.
Yeah, but the bosses are much more easy. Like they're so.
Well, I already
Dumb.
tried with some of the characters that were like 210, 211, and HMAG is already doable with the current funding because of power creep that happened. Because you saw the difference, right, between Project CRA and like the very first characters. Like I started with the Cadena, and then with the last characters, you just nuked. Like I had to do it naked, right? Like I unequipped most of my equips, no symbols, and then still like blew up those bosses super easy because of power creep that happened. So I think HMAC can be done very quickly.
I personally would rather see that progression with each individual character and not bring everything up to, the next 5 levels and do that boss on everything. But that's a personal preference. It's your stream. You do what you want.
Yeah, like one character. Yeah, well, yeah. No, I get that, yeah. It's just that I don't want to get out of touch with all the classes too much. Because then it's literally like a year in between playing a class, right? And then every single question I get in the chat, I have no idea how to answer it because I just haven't touched that class in a year.
I mean, true. There are pros and cons.
Yeah.
But like.
Yeah, no. I get what you're saying.
You will have to relearn Cadena and Zero and Blaster every 6-8 months.
Implying that I already learned them.
Fair enough.
I mean, if I can live by with my shit-ass control, then somebody who made the character should have no problem, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if your shit-ass control at Zero will get you killed in HMAG, for sure.
Oh, 100%. Well, especially, I heard that people really hate the new movement in HMAG, right? Because the teleport shit has like a big cooldown on it now. And the Zero community is not happy with that. They had like one of the best mobilities, and now they say arguably one of the worst ones, which I was jumping around on it. It does not feel good, yeah.
Hey man, I played Blue Leaf pre-buff.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear
it. Flash who? Tell him what? Yeah, everything sucked for Lumi for a long time.
But ironically, faster to walk than it is to teleport. Good days.
You're like in HMAG, you're like, I see balls, like I might just walk, I just mosey on out of here instead of teleportation. That's when your kid needs some help. All right, but I think you ended in a pretty good spot there with Kain.
For sure. So how are you doing? Because like I haven't been catching your stream as often as I'd like.
Yeah.
I know this time of the year you tend to burn yourself out, and just wanted to check in for a bit.
Oh, is that a yearly thing?
It seems to be. I mean, I've been watching you off and on for what am I up to now? 23 months?
Yeah, I was gonna say probably at least 2 years now. Yeah.
No, longer than that. 30 months.
I was gonna say 2 to 3 years, so it's gotta be around there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's like a little bit of winter, just always darkness kind of thing that usually gets to people. I don't think I'm exempt from that.
Sure.
Yeah, well, the main thing was like the future prospect. I mean, it was finally looking up for like. I mean, Arc was still like okay, but like the last patch kind of shit on us. And then DA was finally good, so that was some nice new breath of fresh air, into everything. And then they had to just chop that down as well. It's still a good class, but the final damage from Frenzy got taken down from 35 to 15. So it's like. Or to 20, one of the two. Like, but they, yeah, pretty much halved. So we're trying to do Black Mage, and we're like struggling with the new party. We got one clear, but like that second clear is not coming easy, so we still have to make sure we work hard for that. We're gonna try that again this weekend.
Yeah, not to throw names, but Zalhead is killing you guys a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you looked at the VODs, but the dude needs to not get kicked and to duck properly.
Well, we all got kicked too much those last runs.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah, we just get kicked all right. Yeah. No, that's 100%.
It's one thing to have a bad run. It's another to like refuse to learn the mechanics of the boss.
Well, yeah, no, I get it. There's refusing to learn. Setting up your buffs with Arc is also really annoying because you have to jump and you have to dash to activate them, which is really annoying.
No, you don't. You just combo them, but you don't have to. Duh.
Yeah, but then if you mess up the combo, you die for sure. And the worse your ping is and the higher your attack speed is, the easier it is to mess that up.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it as Arc. I know how annoying it is. You literally have to wait like 3 kicks to set up your entire burst.
So you wait the 3 kicks?
Yeah, you have to be so patient and really just do burst and then do nothing else. It just feels so cucked. Like, yeah, you feel so railroaded. And then once you get a little bit better, you start taking risks, and then immediately you're like, no, sit the fuck down. Like, you need to go back, and you can't cut any corners.
Yeah, newbie, you have your own problems, but you know what they are because they get you killed.
Yeah. Well, I know with the team that it's not gonna come easy, so I want to make sure we're building up the arcane power, that I keep getting stronger as well. Because I know for sure I'm doing like a lion's share of the damage, but I want to make sure that I stay on top of that as well. It still doesn't really like feel like a carry. I mean, I guess if we would look at all the numbers, it'd probably be highly in favor of the DA. But yeah, I know nobody's like a fucking rising star above everyone else, so I don't feel like anyone within the party, like no one's really has anything to complain about more than anyone else. So yeah, we should just all do
Kevin.
better.
Kevin's the greatest. Kevin used to carry me and Lowe's and Damien on his.
Kevin has the most, like, he will have one run where he's just like out when everyone else is still on 9 lives, and then the next run everyone is out and then he's still on 9, and it's like, what happened?
Yeah, I just realized that Kevin and Gutstuck are 2 different people.
Oh.
And it's been so long since I've
seen
Toma?
Gutstuck. Yeah, Toma, yeah, Gutstuck, yeah.
I miss Gut.
Yeah, no, Kevin has like really good runs and then really bad ones, and it's just...
Yeah, no, Kevin was in our Will party back in the day. That's what it was, yeah.
Back on the DA or on the dual blade?
He was always on the dual blade.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, when I was running with you guys on Mondays, and it was me, you, Zalhead, Cynthia.
Yeah, with Cynthia, yeah.
35 boss is better than 3 attack.
Pretty much always, yeah. They would have to.
How were you trading 3 attack for 35 boss? Sounds weird. You mean 9 attack?
Maybe he rolled like a. Maybe he has like a 12-12 shitter and he rolled a 12-35 9? No.
Well then, yeah, you take 3.
Then you definitely take that one, yeah. No, yeah, 35 is. I mean, I dare say that it's within MapleStory, as far as I can see, is always going to be better than 3 attack by quite a margin, yeah. You have to imagine the potential lines are roughly similar. So like a 9% attack and a 30 boss are like within the same ballpark. And a 35 and a 10 and a 40 and a 12, 13 are like decently close. So like 35 and 3 is like, that's hugely in favor of 35, yeah.
Yeah, I still don't know how you're trading out
a familiar, maybe?
Oh, 100%. But yeah.
If you're bossing, right? If you're attacking, then 3. If you're doing normal monsters, then 3% attack is better. It's Millie 24% drop rate noob convert. What is that, dude? 24%. 524 mezzo only. Yeah. 407. Man, if you only had his shield, you could like flex that Star Force much better.
Yeah.
Wait,
429 is the max that we can get. That's in Roar. That's a with.
Yeah. Wait, even Wait, your full 22 and your 407? Wait, why am I so much higher?
I
Oh,
don't have a
badges.
I don't have a heart.
You don't have
Well,
a heart?
I have a fairy heart. I don't
Right,
have
right.
a Wondred heart.
A Wondred heart,
Just
yeah.
like 7 more stars or something.
That's 3. That's 20. Yeah, and then yeah, because I think in yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. The worstest, you need to talk to Noah, not me. I'm not a junior in bills.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not going to use Scardor's platform to recruit for bills. That's shitty.
That's a little. Yeah, just
no,
I mean, there's got to be channels that you can connect them, right? Just check, look up the guild and the guild list, and I probably have some way of connecting someone.
Yeah, in game, because I happen to know Noah's on right now, or like there's a Discord. There are better channels than Scardor's stream when there's already a little bit of
You're
the
in
cut is
here.
still fresh.
You're in here, so he's like, oh, I see the name. Well, he said he doesn't even have the runs to do it. Okay. Well, is there anything else other than trying to recruit for bells?
I'm really trying not to. No,
I'm just kidding. You're good.
You have the time set out. I just wanted to make sure you're doing okay.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Just trying to get sleep schedule under control. My sister's trying to drag me out, going climbing and stuff, but I've just been with the sleep schedule. What it is?
Are you kidding me? In this weather, I mean,
it's indoor. It's indoor climbing.
Oh.
Just bouldering. Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Kala was sending us pictures, and you can't even see where the streets were at this point.
It's so misty.
No, it's been snowing in
Estonia.
Shit.
Oh, I haven't had no. I think last year we had like 2 days of snow. That was it, and it melted like within an hour. The winters have been really. I mean, it's cold, right? It's like it's cold, but there's no snow. Just rain and cold, and that's it. Just harsh weather, but nothing like snow or anything. Not yet. Maybe Christmas? No, usually if it snows, it's like in late January or like in early February or something. It's not even winter until then, I think. It's not really winter until it snows. It's just cold.
I mean, they're calling for snow where in my town the day after Christmas, and it's going to shut down the entire state. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, no one wants to go anywhere, so if that's not even like socially required or expected, then all the better excuse to stay in.
Yeah, my state literally does not have snowplows.
It just doesn't own them.
Yeah,
I think California even has them. So,
well,
in
California
some parts
gets a lot of snow in the northern.
north, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Nice to get like.
But yeah, no salt trucks, no nothing. If it snows more than like.
We're closed.
I guess like.
Who's closed? The whole state is closed.
Weird Euro things. The whole state's just no.
Yeah, it was like that in Germany. I think there was like 1 year where there was a decent amount of snow. Even Germany technically gets some snow, but like the whole railway system was like, no, we're not doing it. Just shut the whole thing down for like 3 days.
Exactly, TRK. What exactly is a snowplow?
It's what you.
At least South Carolina has like it's part of the main grid, so.
Like electricity.
We don't generally lose power.
Oh, Texas has like a different system or something, right? They're like on a different grid. Yeah.
They're on their own shit.
Yeah, that's why they had so much problem just with electricity in general in like the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Not a good situation.
So, what do you have in California? Pain and suffering.
And forest fires. Like 3/4 of the year. Just every single brush that's a little bit into dusty of an area just catches on fire. Not fantastic. No, but just to keep on keeping on,
Yep. Get those pitch boss drops and don't boom them to 22.
Yeah, that's pretty frustrating, and I think that's the main problem. Non-reboot, right? Like reboot, you can get the resources, but you can't get the items, and then non-reboot is the other way around. You can buy the items all you want from the from the auction house, but then you have to drop huge amounts of money to upgrade them. So the opposite problems, and then since reboot seems to be an afterthought in KMS, I don't know if the new Star Force thing changes anything there, but like you alluded to, not really, at least for that aspect. So it's gonna have to come down to I don't know. One thing I brought up is like it would be cool if the bosses would drop like a piece that you could use if you had a certain amount of them that you could turn a trace back into an actual item so you could retry.
You should watch the showcase.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that after this. Yeah.
The same feeling that the rest of us are. I'm trying not to tell you if it's good or bad.
Yeah. No, for sure. You're like, you're like sitting on it. Yeah, I don't know for sure. I wanna check that out. I'm guessing that all of the small videos though are all gonna be they're all gonna be inside the big showcase, right? So if you watch the big one, it'll include all of that. Because there's like one about Savior, there's one about the new class, and one about I guess more food stuff.
I think the 2-hour long one is the.
I think it has everything. Yeah. It's 2 hours 12, and it probably has like the first 20 minutes is probably okay. It starts like half an hour in, so it's only like an hour and 45 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, and then they talk about the important stuff first. So, like, unless you care about maple bread.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh no.
Yeah.
I heard. Wait, someone was in the chat not too long ago. They said that they tried it and it was actually pretty good.
I mean, it's bread. How do you make it bad?
I mean, let it sit for too long. It goes fucking rock hard.
So in the showcase, they don't have any of the patch notes for that hit Tespio or the KMSD. So that's a separate, like, Ivan post somewhere.
Yeah.
Kain is actually getting like everything but our main burst is getting about 20 points, whatever that actually translates to.
20% points?
Or at least 20 points. So we should be getting like big DPM buffs.
Oh, like your fourth job passives are like just shooting at. Okay.
All that, even the laser and the blitz get buffed.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just not the bubble and not Thanatos. Everything else gets buffed.
Not the iframe, yeah. Wait, you wanted the iframes to get buffed?
I mean, one of the iframes is Thanatos.
Yeah. Well, the bubble is the other one, right?
No. Bubble grip.
Oh, right. Grip of Agony. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's also There's some recurring themes for Kain skills, so yeah.
True.
I mean, that's theming, right?
I don't know what the Xenon buffs are, but apparently the Xenon buffs are big, or TRK wouldn't be this excited about them.
Yeah, he's actually in chat, like he's alive, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's usually Xenon depressed, so.
Yeah, arcs do have some stuff in there. I didn't read it. I just know it's pretty big. Like, there's a lot of words. So.
There's pictures, a lot of words.
No pictures, just words.
Pictures? Any numbers or just words?
Lots of numbers.
Lots of numbers.
Words,
okay.
No pictures.
Okay. It's kind of like MapleStory because you turn on skill transparency.
Yep. But all right, I'm gonna let you go. I have a meeting in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I wanted to get it done before then. Well, thanks for updating us. So this has been the journey of the Kain.
Yep. If I can do it, everyone can. Like, just go out there and kill Black Mage. It's fine.
Yeah, you moved the houses at least once. Maintained a relationship. Yeah. Did you change jobs? I think in the same time.
No, I went to a couple of times, but none of them ever worked out. At one point, I was supposed to move to Germany.
Oh yeah, true. I remember that one. Yeah, that completely suddenly just flew by and never happened. Yeah.
That I'm glad I didn't go because that whole project just went from looks pretty nice to dumpster fire really quickly.
Really? Okay.
So.
Yeah. Glad you had no stake in that.
Yeah, our customer didn't know what they wanted and didn't know what they already purchased, so it just the paperwork turned into a nightmare.
Oh yeah, okay.
And until the paperwork's done, no one can actually do anything. So.
Right? Yeah. Because you wouldn't know if you were doing things double or things that you didn't even want or didn't need or. Sounds it sounds like a dodged bullet.
It would have been fun. It would have been an adventure just being out of the States
for sure. Yeah, I was in a random boss party with some people who were in the chat the other day, and they moved from the US to the Netherlands. And I was like, oh, for work? I was like, nah, we just moved and then found work here. We just wanted to get out. It's like, oh,
nice.
Shit. They were like, yeah, it's really cool here. Like, we just, go outside of the house, go grocery shopping, like, ride our bikes, take public transportation. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. No,
like, things are so normal for me.
As much shit as I can talk about the U.S., I can't imagine actually living anywhere else, especially in my current, like in my state, the cost of living is so low.
Yeah.
Like, I'm big chilling right now. So.
Yeah, if you're doing a job that you can mainly do from home, then you can get the income of like a bigger state, but then all of the living expenses of a smaller state, and it'd be like working remote. It's like being like a really big streamer on Twitch, but like living in Romania or something. Like your daily cost would be pretty much zero, but they have really good internet there, and yeah, you're just making the income as if you're in another place in the world. So you'd be living like a king over there.
I wonder if Arita would let me stay with him for a bit.
You could probably find some rooms that he hasn't even discovered in his house yet that you could just commandeer. Yeah. If he's still in that same house, I think he is. I haven't talked to him in a hot minute.
Yeah, I actually haven't heard from him in a while either. He still pops into our super secret doesn't actually exist Discord once in a while.
It doesn't actually exist. Don't go looking for a Discord. All right. Yeah, well, you go get ready for your meeting, and thanks for keeping us up to date, and I'll talk to you in a little bit again.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, see you Saturday.
Yes, will do. Bye. Oh, the other thing we need to do on top of seeing Saturday, because one thing I think that is getting worse is that we don't have a coach for BM. Do we have a coach role? Anyone coach BM on Sunday? We might need that 7-man. Because I think that's the one thing. I think that's one thing we need to work on, the arcane power. No, the sacred. No, yes, the arcane power for bonus damage. And the other thing is that we could do very well with a coach for our Black Mage runs, just so we don't have to worry about it too much. Okay, so yeah, so this has been the journey of a year and a half. Of course, not a year and a half starting from zero. The character was new, but of course there was huge preparation. Like Smidley said, he had 180 billion in mesos. You know, a whole fucking pile of nodes. So you know, when you're looking at people's voyages through the game and how much you can do in a year and a year and a half in this game, you know, you could probably try to do this on a completely new account as well, but you have significantly more time and effort will have to be invested into it. So yeah, this is where that gets you. Pretty big legion, huge character, pretty much upgraded to as much as you can. You know, waiting for pitch boss drops, which can take forever, or you can be very lucky. And yeah, just finishing off some flames, and that's about it. You know, other than that, it's working on the things that you can get from your whole account, so legion and stuff like that. So yeah, if you enjoyed the session, it was more of a you know, a catching up kind of thing, not as much going into detail on like what to work on. So more of a display of progress kind of thing. But if you want one of these sessions where you can have either 45 minutes, hour and a half, or maybe more of my time, and just ask me a bunch of questions about the game, how to attack certain problems that you have. It can be about time management. It can be about, you know, how to select what do you do for events, or just a certain equip or a certain system in the game that you hear people talking about. You have no idea what's going on. You can check !coaching in my Twitch chat over there, or you can just click the link for the information in the description of the video, and you can have one of these sessions with me as well. They're usually paid sessions, but you can also request them for channel points. If you're a subscriber over on Twitch and you watch my stream enough, then you can just redeem them with channel points. Or there's another way. You can leave a comment on this video saying that you would like to win one of these sessions and leave your Discord name, and I will pull 2 names every month that will get a free session. At this point, I have not pulled the names for November yet, so let me do that so that those can start getting scheduled, because we're already halfway through December, because the months just fly by. But yeah, so if you're one of the people who left a comment on November, keep your eyes open on your Discord. And if not, you know, I hope at least one thing here made sense, and maybe something was explained, or you have an extra question, leave it in the video. And I will see you on the next video, or I'll see you live on stream. I stream every day over at twitch.tv/Scardor. You can see the chat over there. They're very alive, talking about all of the stuff that just came out, about the showcase for the winter update in Korea, which is of course huge. So we'll dig into that a little bit during today's stream, and we'll try to make the Misty Island patch make some sense to us, because that was not good yesterday. Apparently, Wind Archers were just crashing everyone, and because we had Ignition update, there was actually Wind Archers out there, and they were kicking people off the game in droves. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Bye, YouTube.